Yes.
Howdy, howdy.
Hi.
Hey, Kristina.
Hi. Hi.
We realized after we got off the air last week that we never introduced the show or ourselves or the station.
Yeah, we can do better than that this week.
We could just double introduce everything this week.
Like this is 11th hour radio show.
That's right. My God, we're so dumb.
Let's start out on a dumb foot. Dumb foot.
A cousin to Bigfoot.
Yes.
We are 11th Hour Radio, coming to you live from South Royalton, Vermont. We're broadcasting from Royalton Community Radio Station here. WFVRLP 96.5. That's Kristina Stykos. I'm Emily Howe.
That's me.
That's you. And is that all we're supposed to say?
I think so. You said the call numbers. You said the
4 years of this, and I can't. I still haven't memorized any of that stuff.
Yeah. So actually, what our detractors say is true. Everything they say about us is true. So you can believe any gossip that you hear. It's absolutely true.
Slacker DJs.
Yep. That doesn't seem to change our behavior.
Hey, you know what? For slacker DJs, though, we clean a lot in here. I just picked up all those pistachio shells off the floor.
Oh, yeah, and I move all the furniture around. I mean, well, I know, I'm exaggerating. I move the turntable, and I move the chair, and I put that mic stand over towards the window, and then I rearrange the headphones and stuff.
Oh.
So I
like what you've done with the place.
I do it with the spirit of feng shui. So I do it nicely, and everything looks nice and neat. And when we go, we take our trash with us. Like when I spit out my gum and I put it in the piece of Kleenex, I did not go and put it in the bathroom waste paper basket. I put it in my pocket because I don't want to leave something like that for Courtney to clean up.
Well, I did put the pistachio shells in the garbage.
Yeah, but
they
that wasn't
mine.
ours. We didn't
mine.
bring
I don't want to
that.
bring someone else's gross pistachio.
We don't
shells
eat in
home.
here. Why would we be eating here?
I don't know.
I have my breakfast before I come.
Me too. My genetically modified corn pops, which I can't seem to kick.
Wow.
I swore I was not going to eat them once I saw the label come up on the box. It said genetically modified.
You know what my cereal says? My cereal box?
What?
GMO free.
Why don't you just brag about it? I would really like them to make corn pops GMO free. Sometimes you can find them without the letters on the box, but I don't know if that means they just haven't labeled that particular box yet, or
I think you're just trying too hard to stay in that arena of
everything else I eat is GMO free. But I really, really love my corn pops.
Okay, guess what? You don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't have any bad habits. So I'm going to just let you go free on...
No, but what's it doing? What is it? It's so sci-fi and mysterious. I mean, is it like corn mixed with like a fish or something?
Well, no, first of all, is it corn? You know, what's the definition of corn? Yeah, no, corn is not corn anymore. But that's okay. It's a food substance. It's a food creation. And just to be having one food creation a day rather than like a Franken-food, it's okay. I think it's okay.
Maybe I should take like a laxative with it so it just goes it doesn't sit very long.
You could develop bulimia.
Just get it out
throw
quick.
It up.
I don't want to throw up my corn pop.
That's a bad idea.
I haven't thrown up since... I've only thrown up maybe once since I was 2 years old because I don't throw up.
Here's my advice. Just don't think about it, because if you think about it and you draw negative energy to it, then it could actually create disease. But if you just pretend
God, all I do is think about it.
Well, visualize that you're eating something so healthy. Like, what's the healthiest thing you can think of that you would eat? What's
that stinky juice that you drink?
The green juice?
Your juiced green
Okay, so
goo.
just visualize something like super green and filled with all the vitamins and minerals. Just imagine that as you're eating the corn pops. But that would actually, then it wouldn't be fun, would it?
I don't know.
Then it would be work. And the whole thing is that it's comfort food, so you're creating comfort and just relaxation and zoning out.
I gotta stop. I just gotta go back to like the oatmeal or something.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to buy you a bunch of different cereals for you to sample. I
don't like anything with nuts or raisins in it.
Really? Dried cranberries?
No.
You don't like nuts? Not any nuts?
No, I like them.
Do
I
you
just like them only by themselves. I don't want to like put them in like milk and then put them in my mouth that way.
Okay. Well, I have something that's sort of half flakes, half granola, and then I add tamari roasted
I like things that have been
almonds.
fluff, like puffed and exploded.
Oh, so you might
Like puffed things.
like rice, puffed rice.
Yeah, I like puffed rice.
Well, you could go in that direction. There's so...
Yeah, they haven't GMO'd the rice up too bad yet.
Oh, here's talking about food. If you go to the Upper Valley Food Co-op, they have hot chocolate in bulk for those
Whoa.
hot chocolate lovers.
I'm one.
So you can dip into the bin and you can fill a bag. And
You have to wear like a little mask because you know it sometimes powders that dust that goes in your lungs. You have miner's lung from cocoa. I wonder if the workers there have miner's lung.
I don't think so.
Huh. Okay.
I think that's not...
Which co-op is this? Is this the co-op where everybody is super, super rich and annoying, pushing their little carts around filled with like $6,000 worth of groceries? That one?
No, it is not. I must take offense to that. Because
Which one?
Co-ops have bulk bins. You don't have to buy all the
I
prepackaged
know, but
health
okay,
food
when I go to
stuff.
the one in Hanover, I just get so irritated.
Oh, that's different, though. That's
The,
Hanover. That's Hanover.
I know. But first of all, I see lots of people that I know there, and that irritates me when I'm grocery shopping because I don't like grocery shopping, so I'm already in a bad mood, and then I don't like talking to people while I'm grocery shopping. That really upsets me.
Yeah.
So I see everybody I know there, and then you're like 2 bags of groceries always cost $400, and I just don't like looking at the moms with their babies in their little like designer leg warmers.
Do you mind driving like an hour out of your way because I have the perfect co-op for you? The absolute perfect co-op for you is the Plainfield, Vermont co-op.
Yeah, I do like that one. That one's nice.
So try to go to that one to get your healthy stuff.
Although sometimes the hipsters there drive me crazy too.
Well, yeah, but
They're like, it's raw organic honey, man.
Well, just wear earplugs or something. You'll be
They have
fine.
beards and little man buns.
Yeah, but you can get in and out of there so quick because it's so small. You can get in it, and the things that they've sourced are really good. So there's a good small selection, and you can get all the staples.
I don't really hate those people, guys. I had to go grocery shopping yesterday, and every time I go grocery shopping, I get in a bad mood. I just don't like it. I don't know why.
I'm so opposite. I mean, we're alike.
You should go with John. John loves grocery shopping, and I
love it.
Get about halfway through, and I say, I need to get out of here. And John's like, what is wrong with you? Why do you get anxiety in a grocery store? I'm like, I don't know, because there are these tunnels. You walk down tunnels, and you turn the corner, and you don't know what you're going to find there. There's going to be somebody there that you have to talk to. And I don't know why I have this irrational fear of talking to people in grocery stores.
Okay, I understand that, and I share that a little bit. But another perfect co-op is Hunger Mountain because...
No. Every single person I know is in there. Everybody.
Okay.
And there's so many man buns that it's just like, it's just hard.
Per capita.
Yeah.
Man buns.
I can't deal with them anymore.
Okay, but what I wanted to say about that co-op is it has a very irregular layout, which was carefully designed by a guy named...
Then you get lost and you're all confused. You're like,
Listen,
oh my God, now all of a sudden the rows are going in a triangular pattern.
Emily, stop. Stop. I have such a deep relationship with that co-op that I can't believe you're just like railroading over me like a big freight train when I'm trying to tell you I personally know the architect, the guy who took the co-op from basically a storefront in a garage to this incredible, beautifully designed, beautifully lit place where you can hide from people.
Yeah.
You can hide.
You can be a little bit more introvert in there.
I have learned how to hide from people in that co-op because there's so many places you can go.
Today. I don't know why I'm making fun of hippies. I'm a hippie.
It's hipster. You said hipsters.
Well,
you said
and
man buns.
It's hipster and hippie, and you combine the two, and it's just baskets and granola everywhere.
It's my generation was hippies. Even before me. It started 10 years prior to me.
Okay.
I was a hippie wannabe. Yes,
right,
I was.
Okay.
I was
my parents were, and so...
Yeah, they're just a little bit older than me. And so I was a hippie wannabe. So I never really got to be a hippie. I got to enjoy some of the perks.
You can, put a generation on it exactly. I think it's still a thing.
It was, you know how I think about it? I think about it as the generation where they were getting drafted. Like that age group. They actually were getting drafted to the Vietnam War. To me, that's the true hippie generation.
Wikipedia is it like an actual time or is it a state of being?
Hippie?
Yeah.
I've never Googled hippie.
Me neither.
I'm not gonna.
Anyway, I have nothing against them because I feel like I am one, but I just sometimes when I'm feeling irritable, I just can't deal with the smell of patchouli when I'm grocery shopping and talking to people.
I hear you.
With their little hand-woven baskets.
Trying to be sensitive.
And they don't put their bread in a bag. It's just sticking out like they're in France or something.
Sorry.
And it's getting dirt and germs on it. I just can't stand it when people just stick on. I understand. We don't want more packaging in the world, but I don't want other people touching my food.
You know, it all comes back around to corn pops, doesn't it?
Kind of.
And why you can't let go.
It's like just this little snapshot of the thing that's very contrary to my whole entire life is my food.
I understand. Mm-hmm. I just think you're stupid. Anyway, let's move along.
Okay.
Did you hear about the mass mooning?
What?
There was a mass mooning out in Chicago in front of the Trump Towers.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. There's Trump Towers in Chicago?
Oh, yeah. They're all over the place.
Wait, are they a hotel? What are they? I don't even know. I don't care to know, but tell me anyway.
I think they are. Well, they buy the name. It's a franchise.
I thought that was where he lived.
No, I mean, maybe he lives in them sometime. He probably has suites on the top floor of all of them, so he can go anywhere he wants. And he owes only $368 billion to China. He's not really rich. He's a, con artist.
Yeah, I know that part. But so, okay, everybody mooned it in Chicago?
Yeah.
Well, was he there?
No, but it was filmed and it was on
Kleenex
Facebook.
In my pocket. That's just a yucky thing to find.
It's good to have Kleenex in your pocket in the winter.
This is old. This is used.
That's okay. That's why you have it in your pocket, is so you can use it. And then when you use it, you put it back in your pocket.
No, I don't want to reuse used Kleenex from several weeks ago.
God, are you grumpy today?
I'm sorry. I'm super PMSy.
I'm gonna make you
happy. My IUD expired, so now I'm really PMSy, all back again.
Wow.
And I called the doctor and I was like, my IUD expired. Can you?
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
They're only good for 5 years.
Really?
And then they have to take them out and put a new one in.
Oh, that's the ones with hormones.
It only has a tiny bit of hormones. I couldn't have the copper kind because they say if you have really horrible periods, don't get the copper kinds because they make them worse. They have to gauge in all these factors about which kind. So but it's just topical hormones, so it supposedly doesn't go all through your body. It just goes right there. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But anyway, it's just in there. It's expired. And they are dragging out the appointment to take it out. And so it's back to me being I don't have one except for...
You could actually feel a difference with your moods.
Oh my God, I'm so grouchy.
Doesn't that creep you out?
Yes.
That's creepy.
Yes, I know.
You want some substance that's
Well, I had to have
you?
it though. They medically put it there not as a birth control thing, but as a thing for because I bleed most of the time.
TMI.
Sorry.
TMI for the radio.
And they no, I was anemic, so they said we have to control this. We have to make you be like a regular person because you can't. I had no iron left in me, so they said that, and now I'm back to being anemic and iron deficient.
This is just a scientific explanation of a medical condition.
Yeah, I mean, I do not want hormones in my body otherwise, but I don't want to bleed to death either. So
I'm sure glad that you're not having a serious problem, which would disable you from coming to be.
Glad I have these white snow pants on, don't you?
I really, yeah. Speaking of white snow, snow, it's been snowing. There's a friendly topic. No, but I did want to say that I just totally like the snow this week. I just really liked it.
I do too. I really do.
I like the sound of falling snow.
This is that nice thump, 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 because it's not, when the snow is icy, it does the high pitched wish off your roof.
Oh God,
it's icy and it's
and whoosh. Yeah, and it's also cool when you get a buildup on the top of your car and then you're driving for a while and it's going to slide off. Well, it doesn't flurf. No, not the flurfing kind. I'm talking about the kind that actually slides off
because it's melted a little and it's icy underneath.
Yes, and sometimes it slides forward depending if you're going up or downhill.
Yes,
and then it can break your windshield wipers even.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Well, I just think it's exciting. It adds a little drums.
It does add some drums.
Yeah. So,
It is beautiful
It
snow,
did,
though.
yes, and it gave me an excuse to get up on my roof, which I just love getting on my roof.
And you know that if you fall off, you'll probably just fall into the puffy snow.
That's right.
Wait, you went up on the 3-story high? Okay.
No. There's just
Don't go up there.
I could not go up there. But there's this one section that's just got a tiny bit of slope to it, and I have to. It's right over where the living room is downstairs.
Oh,
right. It's just kind of a cutout, and so there's a roof there, and I have to climb out the window on the second floor to get on it. And
our dad used to always fall off the porch roof when he was shoveling it, and we'd all be like, "Oh, there goes Dad off the roof again!" Like nobody really did anything because it happened so much.
That's fun. Do you have pictures of that?
We have pictures from up there, not of him falling off.
One time, Anna made me jump off with her. Like she went out there with me to shovel, and then she said, "Mom, let's jump." So we did.
Yeah,
we
Dad,
jumped off.
Our barn at the house I grew up, the one side of the roof goes very close to the ground, and so when the snow piles up underneath it, it almost touches it. So he did let us slide on the roof once off, and that was really fun. Mom wasn't home, of course.
Yeah, Mom wasn't home.
Oh,
yes.
My sheep are so overly pregnant that it is not even funny. Yeah. They were supposed to give birth a long time ago, and one did, and now its babies are practically grown up, and who are they going to play with now? Who?
Do you get worried about it at a certain point?
Yeah.
That they're
well,
too
I don't know. I
late?
mean, there is no such thing as
induction for sheep.
Right. My little niece came over, and she was like, "Why don't you feed them some spicy food?" Because she had heard
That's
somewhere.
Smart.
I'm like, well, I don't think.
I mean, as an idea,
I don't think they'll eat it, but their sad udders are dragging on the ground. They can barely walk. They must have like a whole litter in there or something.
Good. You're going to be busy.
It's going to be today.
And then,
know it.
And then we're going to have to shoot another movie at the end of March, okay? Because we're going to get our movie done maybe this week.
Yep.
And release it. We're going to have a big release.
Of our 2 minute video that we've been working on.
Yeah, we're gonna
hard.
It's gonna be such a big release. And
will we have a red carpet?
Then nothing's gonna happen, and then we're gonna go about our business again. But this is how our life is with our art. You know, we build up and up and up, and the anticipation grows, and you're so excited that you have something new to share, and then you share it, and then a bunch of people go yay, and then like nothing happens. Yeah. But that's good. It's good for the ego.
Yep.
Not.
Well, you haven't had any lamb holding time for a long time, so you should.
Right. I miss Jim. I miss Jim.
Yeah. Jim is very bewildered by these new babies.
Well, I'll hang out with Jim. I mean, I'll give equal time to Jim and the babies.
Yeah, he's
Jim being the older lamb. He's not a lamb. He's probably
he's a yearling.
A guy.
Now. Yeah.
He's a guy now.
He's not a guy anymore, but
oh God.
Well, we had to keep him. We can't keep
Jim.
He didn't know. It was like, and we didn't do it ourselves this time. We felt like Jim was special.
I know.
We actually had the vet do it.
You explained that in very great detail a few weeks ago. So
we were kind of unsuccessful last time we tried to do it.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to hear the whole story again
sorry.
about the unsuccessfulness of that procedure. I've just somehow had put it from my mind, and now it's up again. But
farmers and veterinarians, and
never
the twain shall meet.
Well, in that way, I would like to move forward to a song. And let's see what we got here. We've got Fiddle Tune Medley. Why not? We always have to have some fiddle music because it picks you up on a Friday. Yes, this is on a Friday. Oh. He's our kind of resident fiddler.
Sometimes I play this one when you're not here. I play all your music and then I stick this one in too.
Yeah, you just got to be in Vermont. If you're feeling bad, you got to have some fiddle music. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Down south, they just want the banjo, but here it's a fiddle.
Yeah. I mean, you can throw in a banjo up in the north, but really you could do it just with the fiddle. I think there's a guitar in this too. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sorry, didn't mean to say uh-oh.
It just highlights my bad technique.
But shut off your iPad before it plays that whole song, and then
Right, because when we go to it next break,
time
then
it'll
it's not going to
start
start. Yeah, but what I do is I go to it now. I can go to it, and I can go like that. There.
Is it stopped?
Yeah.
Is Davey listening to our show?
The old Ridge Runner.
Davey, there is ski runners today. Wherever you are. It's next week we don't have ski runners. Kristina's worried that he doesn't know there's ski runners today.
Yeah, those kids need their teacher.
I know. Oh, we went skiing at Sugarbush on Valentine's Day, and it was so awesome. Wow.
I just want to say that I wrote this whole set of notes here.
Yeah.
About how much I hate people who
Go
ski.
So yeah, I hate them too, but I don't ski. I snowboard.
We could segue right into that.
Okay. You ski. What are you talking about?
Well, here's the thing. What it is that I hate going to downhill ski areas because I didn't learn
the culture.
Yeah, and I didn't learn how to ski as a kid, and I've had to pick up the basics just here and there. And I think in order to really like going to ski areas, you have to either you were brought up with skiing, or you've got a lot of time and money, so that you can learn it as an adult.
Mine is A, not B.
I know, so I don't like to make these gross generalizations. But my honest reaction when I see all those fabulous ski pictures from the top of Sugarbush is just hatred, and so. I know that's really mean and that's really immature.
That's like me in the Hunger Mountain Co-op.
Exactly. See, you had your rant.
Yep.
So here's what happens is when you go in the lodge of the ski area and you don't feel like you're up to, like you're not one of them. Like for me, when I go to a ski lodge, like I'm not one of the people. And so they look, either they look too healthy, like they're too athletic, they're unnaturally like rosy cheeked, and they just look like they'll never die. They're immortals. They're like titans. They're gods. Okay, so that's the one kind of people you see in the lodge. And then the other people is they just look filthy rich. They got their fancy ski clothes on. They've got, they're buying the fancy, expensive ski lodge. Well, not fancy, but the ski lodge food, which is overpriced.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Myra paid like $8 for a Snickers bar or something.
Yeah, and they're feeding like families of 10. And of course they're like it's a weekday and this whole family is just like hanging out.
Yeah, we make fun of all that stuff too.
And the mom and dad are so happy and everything. But I just, on the good side now, I'm going to go to the other good side and then I'll let you talk about how fun it was for you to eat Sugar Bush. I have a very kind and patient friend who shall remain unnamed, but we'll call him the old Ridge Runner. And he's a little bit older than me, so he doesn't always feel like he has to run off and do ski runs without me. So we spent 3 hours on the bunny slope on Monday.
You guys went to Suicide 6, though, right?
We went to Suicide 6, and I said, look, I'm terrified. I'm terrified to be here. All that I really know how to do is clomp around in the woods on a ski and fall down and kill myself.
Did you fall off the J-bar?
I almost did the second time.
That's a hard lift to ride, actually.
The first time I did it perfect. Yeah. Second time I really screwed up, but I saved it.
Did it drag you or did you?
I didn't get to that point. I just almost tipped over and fell.
Excellent.
But I didn't. So,
there's no shame in falling off the J-bar.
Really?
Yeah. It's hard to ride.
Well, those guys were nice.
They are nice.
Those little guys. Those little big guys.
The lift guys are,
One of
they're
the guys,
all sweet.
You know what he said?
What?
He said, oh, I'd rather be at the bar.
They get out of there so fast at 4 o'clock. You should hear what they're saying. Like they're weaving through our 400 kids that were trying to get on the bus. And that is exactly what they're saying. They're saying like, I'm so glad I'm not you guys right now.
Yeah.
They're nice though. They're really good with all the little kids that fall and actually are dragged by the straps of their
they were
overall snow pants.
They were so nice. I was almost embarrassed, like coming back to the J Bar for the 20th time. I thought I just was feeling a little bit dumb. Like, why should an adult be going up the J Bar for the 20th time? But I was, because I wanted. I said to my friend, I want a 100% positive experience at the ski area so I can slowly rebuild my confidence to, at age 59,
Were you on downhill skis or telemark skis?
Telemark.
Oh, for God's sake, Kristina, those are like 20,000 times harder than anything you could ever do anywhere.
But I was getting it. Like by the 20th run down the bunny slope, I was getting the technology. I was looking like really cool. I got like the little foot
You're going to have buns of steel.
Is that what happens?
Those you have to do like a lunge for every turn, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. Hey, what are you doing on Sunday? Because we're going to go to Storrs Hill, which is basically like the Bunny Hill at Suicide 6,
really?
Just longer.
It's another Bunny Hill?
Yeah, it's in Lebanon.
I want to go.
Okay, we're going to go on Sunday if you want to go with us.
God, I want to go.
It's a Pama lift, so it's slightly different. It goes between your legs.
Oh, man.
But it's
okay.
It's easier than the J Bar.
And 20 Bunny Hills would be just so great for me because then you wouldn't have to take the J Bar 20 times. Right. It'd be like one trip.
Yeah, we're all going to go on Sunday if the weather's nice. And it's super cheap. You guys, if anybody wants, I don't know why people don't go there. It's in Lebanon, kind of off Lebanon, the green area.
I've seen it.
It's completely volunteer run. It has beautiful snow. They make their own snow. They groom it beautifully. Because for years they used it as an Olympic training ground. They have 2 of those huge Olympic ski jumps off to the sides. And so that's where, and then they use it for a lesson hill, but it's open to the public on the weekends. And it's so, so cheap. It's like, I can't remember if it's $7 or $10 for a ticket.
Yeah, because
we love it. We've been there since we were kids.
Like we went to Suicide on Monday and it was $15.
Right. It was $14 at Sugar Bush. See, that's what I was going to say. Yes, there's all those irritating, annoying people everywhere at ski areas, but if you go to a ski area on one of those cheap days, you see the people
who come on the
cheap days like
Yeah.
us. Like, I'm not going to pay $100.
I think it was different on
No.
Monday because it was, I think they called off school on Mondays. So
Yeah.
there were people there that normally wouldn't have been there probably. Plus, Suicide 6 is owned by Woodstock Inn, isn't it? So it's connected with this fancy resort.
Right.
So it's going to have those visitors, out-of-town visitors and stuff. But I mean, in general, a Monday might be a good day to go if you don't, if you're feeling a little scared.
Yeah. But Storrs Hill, though, is you don't see the rich people there. It's pretty awesome.
I love that.
Also, Northeast Slopes over in Corinth. That's all volunteer run as well.
We were
and
going to try going there too.
That has that lift is a T-bar and it is hard.
Oh, what is it hard? You have to put it between your legs?
No. It's the same as the J-bar, but way steeper, way faster, and you have a person on the other side, and it swivels. So if you don't get on balanced at the same time, it flips and whacks you in the back of the head.
Ew.
Yeah, I have fallen off that lift a lot of times, and I've skied since I could walk. So that is the only... I love Northeast Slopes. I love it. The food there is amazing. The people that run it are amazing. The snow is always nice. They always have live music. In fact... Jim Rooney and Turnip Truck is playing there for a benefit. And it's great, but I do sometimes have trouble with that lift.
Okay. Fair,
we try Storrs Hill first.
Fair warning. Yeah, let's do Storrs Hill.
Okay.
And anyway, how was Valentine's Day for you?
Good. That's what we did all day.
Did you survive it?
Skiing.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
That was it? So that was the day?
That was the day.
So I went Monday, you went Tuesday.
Yeah. I told Davey that you guys should come with us to Sugarbush, but you were going with your friend to a doctor's appointment.
Oh, on Tuesday.
So
exactly.
he said it wouldn't work on Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, it was nice, except for I'm just not used to... It's a big, big, big hill, and I used to be used to that a long time ago, but I have, like, bad foot problems now, and... actually going
that
miles down a hill, I had to keep taking off my equipment and just walking around trying to get the feeling back in my foot. And by the end of the day, it hurt so bad that I almost, John and I at the very last run, we said, everybody else go away and do your thing. I'm so much in pain now that we're going to take a baby hill all the way back down. And I almost couldn't. And I was like 100 feet from the lodge and I was like, I can't even get there. I have to take this off now. It was so painful, but
it's such a good feeling when you get back in your rubber boots.
I know that's
like one of the greatest all-time feelings.
God, Emily, we're so sorry. Like, it must be so not fun for you. And I was like, you know what? When you take it off in the end, I'm way happier than the rest of you guys because it feels so good to put on my regular boots right now.
Such a good feeling.
Anyway.
Yeah, one time I took Anna to the, what is it called? The, what is that big hotel over in New Hampshire? The Mount Washington Hotel, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I took Anna there for a night to go skiing, use this cross-country ski area, and we just happened to hit a day that was complete ice storm. It was so bad, and we went out on this big loop, and coming back, it was like the ice was going sideways and like hitting us in the face, and we were sort of hysterically laughing and also about to die. So I said, "You go ahead because you're faster. Just get there." And they could, then she could call this dog sled for me or something. But I did finally make it back. But that was a day when one of my skis was hurting me so bad. That was why I was so much slower, and it was awful. I forget what was wrong with that ski boot.
I saw the like rescue sleds at the top of the hill at one point, and I said, I just want to ride down in that, please.
Yeah, I think it might have been the year that I bought these cheap cross-country boots from a catalog, and they were two size 9s, or no, they were 2 left.
What?
Yeah, no, it was the
you
last.
went skiing with 2 left boots?
Yeah, well, I ended up keeping them because they were so cheap. I thought it was a good deal, and I
don't think it's a good deal to be both left boots.
Well, somehow I still have them. I still use them. I figured if I wore them out enough, I'd be okay. I mean, your feet are basically the same.
Not mine. My feet are not the same. I think my feet are like 2 different sizes too.
Look at this. Look at this. Look what I did. Look what I did.
You stapled. There are really 50 Eskimo words for snow.
Yeah, but look at this.
Awesome.
No,
there
but
should be.
Look at this one.
The Great Eskimo Vocabulary Hoax and other irreverent essays on the study of language.
There's a lot of controversy about whether the Inuit people actually do have 100 or 50 or whatever different words for snow.
Other cultures have way more words for love than we do, too, because they have different ways of explaining different kinds of love.
Well, that's it.
And we're all screwed up because we're like, love. Oh, I love that person. And then everybody gets it confused because, and this is all kinds of jealousies and weird stuff crops up because there's like 10,000 different variations on that word. And there should be more words to cover it, too. Here comes the train. Which you love.
I do, because the train is a love train. It's a love train. And people don't know this about Amtrak, but Amtrak carries love, carries it like across the North Pole.
They should sponsor our show for all you talk about them.
That's an idea, because we're supposed to get sponsors. And I thought, well, who would ever sponsor our show? But maybe Amtrak would.
Yeah, the one thing that you honestly rave about that you love a lot is this train.
And I wouldn't feel conflicted about
we should probably look into Amtrak's politics before we advertise.
What about the freight trains? We could advertise the freight trains.
Do you think they're good or bad, though?
They're just trains. They're neutral.
No,
they're just
I mean the companies that run them.
It doesn't matter. They're just They just bring love across.
They don't bring love. They bring
nation.
like paper towels to Costco.
Yeah, but metaphorically, when we see trains, our whole chest fills with a feeling of well-being.
Okay. Well, I get very nervous going across train crossings. I don't really have my chest filled with well-being right around then.
Well, okay.
I had the stripy bar whacked down on top of my hood one time. Because I had the radio on and I didn't hear the thing going.
You know, when I can almost remember back when radios were a new thing in cars. Yeah. Like cars had never had radios before. And there was
not remember that far. Shut up.
Well, no, I kind of.
No, they had radios before you were born, okay?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They did.
No, I just remember this discussion when I was a kid about...
Fine. Okay, other people, like your grandparents talking about it, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm older than I think.
You actually aren't.
Maybe I'm remembering a past life.
Okay, we'll go with that one.
Okay.
All right, anyhow, continue.
No, I don't have anything to say about it.
No, you said before radios.
Well, it was something about how the idea of driving with a radio on seemed very dangerous. Now we all are in these little bubbles and we have things we listen to and we are sort of encased as we drive through the world.
I know.
But back when it first started, it was seeming like it would be dangerous to be absorbed in something other than just driving.
I don't understand. So, okay, it's illegal to talk on your cell phone when you're in the car, right?
I guess, yeah.
Which I never did anyway. But so...
No comment.
The handheld ones... I mean, the non-handheld ones?
Yep.
Is that still fine?
Non-handheld.
Like, I know they just don't want you holding a cell phone and punching in buttons and looking at it.
If it has a little stand that you put it in and you
can
use voice...
What about, why don't they make eating in the car illegal, which would be awful for me because I love to eat in the car. But I think eating in the car should probably cause more accidents than talking on your cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, distracted driving is a big category, really.
I have terrible times trying to get wrappers open when I'm driving and things like that. I mean, I don't want them to make it illegal. I'm just saying this is.
Yeah,
they should examine this a little further.
She doesn't talk on the phone, but she unwraps very complicated packages while driving.
I do.
Do you ever get your mail and then start driving and start opening the mail and reading it?
No.
I do that.
No, we only get our mail when we come home. Oh, see, you go to a post office.
Yeah.
See, our mailbox is right outside our house.
Oh,
so
I see.
There's no need for the mail to be in our car ever.
Yeah, if I'm in a hurry, I'm on my way to work or something, I'll get my mail. And then if there's something exciting, like something that actually has handwriting on it, sometimes I just can't wait. I get so filled with ebullience.
What was that?
You missed my vocabulary word. I said ebullience.
I know, but there was a weird noise.
Yeah, that was the this lamp stand, which is doubling as a mic stand.
Right.
So it made one of those funny sounds, that lamps.
Sci-fi sound.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
I can't see it. There's nothing on your screen. No, it's blank, Kristina.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
11:41.
It's actually advanced a minute since I was showing it to you.
Music time.
So what it means is it's perfect timing for the next track of music.
Oh my God, we're so amazing.
Shut up.
All right, play that. I was going to say play that funky music again, but I said that last week.
You can
Or
never
the
say
week
that
before.
too much.
No, I guess not.
Because the world's filled with funky music that makes us feel good. So here's one from both Thayer, Chateauguay.
Floating through time on the wings of a train. Won't be stuck in the ruts of that pavement again. Spinning through darkness with the silence alive, as we slowly collide with the thick veil of night. And we roll, and we roll, and we roll, and we roll into the station when the brakes start to moan. That lonely note reminds me of where I'm going. Ain't no place that I'd rather be than lying in the tall grass up in Chateauguay, 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 Chateauguay. And young with a natural flair. When it comes to her love, nothing compares. Strong-willed and hard-working, sweet and polite. Well, I need a North Country girl tonight. So I go, so I go, so I go, so I go. Overhung the mountain, there's an old town road. It drifts above the hollows where the rock maple grows. I take off my boots and I sink my feet into that bone of stone that broke up in Chateauguay, 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 Chateauguay.
Oh, I never noticed that ending. That was really nice.
Here's a little Vermont banjo for you.
That might have been Nolan McKelvey, actually.
No,
I'm guessing. I think he was on that album. I think he did that with Bo way back when, in the old days.
before they had radios and cars.
Yes, when we all were young. Oh, gosh.
So what did you do for Valentine's Day?
I took my friend to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
We had a good day.
That's a lovey thing.
Yeah, we had a loving day. So that was good. Yeah, what did I write about Valentine's Day? I know. I posted something.
I saw that. That was awesome.
It was kind of, it was an alternative. There's a lot of actually alternative Valentine's Day literature that goes up on the internet about loving yourself now. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to wallow in self-hatred and loathing on Valentine's Day if you have no significant other, you can just join all the other people who hate that effing day. But I just thought, well, I'm going to write a post about people who've lied to you and deceived you, and like how to move on from that. I thought that was more interesting than Hallmark cards and chocolate and
Totally is
stuff. So
I didn't even eat any chocolate. No chocolate.
Did you cut out any little red hearts out of construction paper?
Nope. The boys and I made they were visiting their dad this week, but the week we made their Valentines for their class the week beforehand, so I delivered them on Valentine's Day for them. Ira and I tie-dyed T-shirts for everybody in his class, which was very involved and messy.
That's super.
But you can get big packages of T-shirts really cheap, and so we just thought that would be fun and sort of lessen everyone's sugar intake. And then Eli he is crazy about Nutella, which I actually don't like, but he loves it. And he said it's like the fad in his class right now. Everybody loves Nutella. So he wanted to make little Nutella, like little tiny hand pot pies for everybody. So we made little chocolate pies.
I see.
For everybody.
I just miss cutting the hearts. That's my favorite part, is just folding the paper in half and cut. It's just so satisfying to take your scissors and do that.
I do like the sound that sharp scissors make going through construction paper.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and let's face it, construction paper is kind of dumb. Like, you can't do a lot with it.
It fades in 4 seconds.
It really does.
We have this really cute, Ira made John a Father's Day card out of construction paper, and he like traced his hand and John's hand and glued it on there together in contrasting colors. And the card itself was blue, and it's only been on our refrigerator since Father's Day. And our kitchen it's sunny, but it's not that bright, and it's completely, all the color has sucked out of the entire thing.
I bet it's gotten cheaper over the years.
What? How can dyes be in everything else?
What is construction paper? Why do they make this other paper called construction paper? Is it super cheap to make? Is it because it has colors and you can just...
It seems so bright in the package.
It's not sharp. It can't hurt you. Right? You know how you can get paper cuts from certain kinds of paper?
This is like thicker and duller.
Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you is about those little candy hearts, those
conversation
sweethearts. Yes, and guess what? You can go to mynecco.com and you can personalize your candy hearts. You can order.
Oh, I actually knew that because we have a wedding business, and somehow someone sent me a link or something to that a long time ago.
Because they can print on it like "Marry Me, Jenny," or "Sales Meeting," or "Henry's Graduation."
Sales meeting?
Yeah, I saw one on the site that said "Sales," or "You Are My BFF."
Kristina, those bugs are back. Look behind you, climbing up the window. It's one of those elm bugs.
Well, they're probably living here. You know how bugs are.
But the elm is gone.
Bugs always come back and back and back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. BFF, okay. I don't get BFF either. It should
best
be
friend
V.
Forever.
It should be B. I always think it should be VBF, very best friend.
Okay.
Instead, BFF just confuses me every time. I go, what the heck is
it
that?
Best friends forever?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, because see, look, I'll draw something for you. Oh no, this isn't what I. What's that thing that people used to draw on their notebooks in junior high that you can connect the letters so it's like
Hangman?
No, it's like
the dots?
It's like BFF, but it's connected. I can't think of how to do it.
I don't know. What are you drawing?
I'm trying to draw that symbol that you would draw on like your book.
Like a monogram?
School. Yeah, but what was it?
It wasn't, but it wasn't. It wasn't your initials. It was something.
No.
I think that was beyond my
True Love.
We didn't
Forever.
do that.
Oh, was it like that?
True
TLF?
Love Forever.
Because you can connect that. See, the T turns into the L, turns into the F. No, that's not what it was. What is it? Oh my God.
Well, just hold that thought. It'll probably pop in. It'll like come in when you stop thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the heck was it?
So I was just checking the time to make sure we don't run over. Oh, good. Yeah. We got a little time. We could do a Personal Growth Friday.
Okay.
About friends. Since it's Love Week.
Like friends like us or friends like the TV show?
Well, it's a problem that sometimes we have with friends. And I just wondered how you would resolve the problem. Okay. What if you have a close friend who is doing something that really hurts your feelings, but you don't want to tell them?
What did I do? Did I hurt your feelings?
No, it's not. It's not about anybody in particular.
You always can just tell me to shove it too, by the way, just in case.
No, but there's cases like where you don't want to tell them because, for example, you don't want to tell them because they overshare and it'll turn into a drama. So they're going to, if you actually express your feelings, then you're going to become a player in this drama and that's going to be shared around. So that's one. Or the fact that just they don't understand how much they're hurting you. So why? Then you just think, well, they're just not going to get it. If they don't get it by now, so why should I draw it? Maybe they're not such a good friend.
Yeah, I think I would go. I don't know. That happens all the time, and you just have to gauge whether or not it's worth it to either say something.
What makes it worth it?
I don't know. Years together or value in your sphere of.
Well,
I don't know.
Do you think you should try to like be super evolved in yourself and just like deal with it on your own and make it okay somehow inside yourself?
Not always. Sometimes. I think you should every time look and say to yourself, am I overreacting in a way that, they honestly didn't mean to do this? And
so it has nothing to do with them. It's more about your own sorry state of inner.
Well, you can always control how you react to something. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. But I'm totally not okay with just saying I'm overreacting about everything, because that's how you get into abusive situations. So you've got to gauge the harm intended, I guess.
Well, I suppose there's absolutely no harm intended. They just don't. This isn't.
Well, then you have to gauge how much you want to have a totally thoughtless friend, I guess. I don't know. Everybody struggles with.
Yeah, people live in their different bubbles. People have different bubbles,
and everybody just perceives everything differently. You can have a friend who's totally thoughtless in one area and extremely thoughtful in another area, and they just do not.
Yeah,
they just do not get it, and you either have to talk to them about it or don't.
That's the hard decision, because you just said something that I didn't quite agree with, which was you can control your reaction. I mean,
you're supposed to be able to.
In theory,
I can't really, but
yeah, I mean, sometimes you really can't control your reaction. You're trying to control your reaction. Yeah, like I should feel this way. I should be able to feel more mature about this and not take it so personally. But you keep having this adverse reaction. I guess you have to create distance then, or you have to deal with it. If you're not going to deal with it with them directly, then I guess you're sort of making a choice to just have enough distance so you're not constantly in turmoil about it.
Right.
Because that's not healthy. It's not good to be in a relationship where you're having so much turmoil.
You have to have like rings of friends. Like the ones that are very close are the ones that you've weeded out all these issues and whatever. I'm sure that they have their issues, but they're the ones that you can either tell them, like, shut up, man, or whatever, and they're not going to get freaked out. So those are the inner circle. And usually in people's lives, they only have a couple of those. There's only...
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sometimes it's even your own family, like your sisters or something, that you can argue with, or you can just be 100%, look, that wasn't cool, or you're hurting my feelings, and it doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay to do that, and there isn't extra drama. And then you've got the next string of people who you have to... They're almost there, but they're not really. And then you've got the outer ring of people who you've got to keep some distance from, because otherwise they'll just like railroad you, and you like them and you like spending time with them in certain circumstances, but you don't exactly totally speak the same language.
Yeah. The middle area is the tricky one.
It is.
I think.
It is. Because people can kind of cross over into the closer ring or the farther away ring from that one.
Yeah, because sometimes you spend a little more time with somebody and you really start to appreciate things about them. And so you start to believe that they're a good friend. And yet when push comes to shove, when you really need them to show up, they're not in that smaller.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. It's hard. I think the rings are sort of fluid too. You can move them in and out.
And of course we change, so we change.
Yes.
So, life is so full of change. We just, things never quite stayed the same. So I said the word drums and you knew immediately what it was. That's a modern word, drums.
Well, it's because we say whatevs all the time. So
Whatevs. Yeah, I just love it. I've started to say it because I'm with it.
God,
I'm
you're
with,
so 15 years old.
The younger generation, no, drums and whatevs. I mean, I can say it so it sounds fairly convincing, right?
What's the other one? Yeah. What's the other one people say?
Gotcha.
No.
I learned how to say that.
That's not one.
Gotcha.
That's not one.
Yes, it is.
No.
Gotcha. I'm not saying it right because you're not getting it. There's two kinds of people in the world: the people who get it and the people who don't get it.
Whatevs. I think. Shoot, what is it?
You'll think of it.
Oh my God.
Man, it's out there.
I cannot. It's out there with the weird
monogram.
symbol. True love always. BFF.
Are you back with that? You're still trying to figure that out?
Is it that? Do you see these little things I'm making? It's like that, but it's not. It's like when all the letters connect and they look
like they're
cool, but I can't think of what it is.
It looks so yesterday.
Best friends forever. No, it's not that one. BFF.
Do you ever say this? It so is. It so is.
Yeah, I guess I do a little
You
bit.
You do? A little? Like how often, how many times a week would you say that?
Not very often, but occasionally.
But it's fun to pull it out of your back pocket when just the right
tricks.
situation comes up and you could say that. You throw that out and people would think, wow, she's slick.
So slick.
She's a hipster.
Not a hipster. I have no man bun.
I just wanted to bring the whole conversation full circle that we could come back to annoying hipster habits.
I'm sorry, hipsters. Some of you are cute and sweet. You're just silly a little bit.
Well, what's really cool is when
unlike
you see
us who aren't silly at all.
They see the Vermont kids that went to Brooklyn and became hipsters, and then they come back and they're we can learn from them. We can learn some of those hipster mannerisms and colloquialisms.
Colloquialism, I love that word.
I thought you'd
I
like that.
don't use that very much because it has just too many syllables for my
It's too
lazy
hard.
mouth.
It's very, very hard to say. So don't even try.
Really work your tongue in a certain way to get that word out properly.
Yeah, right. Okay, I think we better go to our last song, actually. And I just wanted
I didn't even put my ski boots on yet.
Oh, you'll have time. You have time.
All right.
All right, well, everybody, you've been listening to 11th Hour Radio, which is streaming, hopefully, live from South Royalton, Vermont. And we do a podcast of our shows.
We don't do.
Yes, we do.
I mean, we do, but...
Yeah. All right, well, you say what we do. You want to cut me short?
No, keep going.
It's time to go. We're going to do what we did last week, where we completely cut off the last song.
Okay.
I could not believe
quick,
that. It
play
was
it.
awful. All right, this is called Broken Wings. Thanks for listening.
See you guys.
Bye.